Hey there, Wargamers, Justin here, Pinch, and today, boom, got another unboxing for you guys. I'd like to welcome you guys back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in today. If you are new here, please alpha strike that like and subscribe button. Smash it like you mean it. Smash it like you're trying to blow up the enemy mech, but instead we're going to channel all that energy into helping the channel grow. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for supporting what I do. Thanks for being an awesome lance mate, star mate, whatever the case may be. I appreciate you having my back, and welcome back to the channel today. I will apologize for the lack of content recently. I am in the middle of a move, and I'm trying to get content filmed when I can, and finding time to edit and whatnot, so it's been a little slow. And in particular, I appreciate you supporters, you viewers, and patrons who have bared with me through this. Thank you for being here. As time goes on, we will continue to get back into the rhythm of things, of hopefully putting out some more content. That said, as we're transitioning into Nova as well, because it's July as of filming this right now, I'll have Nova open at the end of August. So that's really not a lot of time, so I'm going to be pretty busy trying to get prepped for all that, so hopefully I'll be able to get back in the swing of things. But again, thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate it. Without further ado, I want to get into a box of minis that John sent over to me from the community, and he has sent me via Facebook message a little blip about his Swords of Midas Force that he has painted up for the NOVA2023 Grinder box. So his little message says, "These Swords of Midas are known within their territory, skirting the borders of House Leal and Merrick, a respected mercenary company known for the moniker Respect the Bill, end quote, only operating under specific orders to do exactly as the designated contract describes. Upon completion of the said task, the mercenary group is known to immediately withdraw and never partake in battlefield salvage. This behavior has resulted in increased contract payouts on both sides of the territory disputes." His mech of choice will be the assault mech that's in here, and his call sign he's going with is John Spectre Allspach. So, that said, let's go ahead and open these up and see what we've got. I anticipate these being the same paint scheme, so much like we've dealt with before. I'm probably going to review one of them, and then we'll go through the rest of them, but if they're all indeed the same, if I'm not super duper excitable over each one, it's because there's not always new stuff to talk about, so I'll be rehashing some of the same ones. So hopefully that, you guys get the impression that I'm not trying to be lazy or anything, because that is not the case. Alright, so the first mech we've got here, it looks like the Pack Hunter, I think is the name of this, and I get what he is going with for the name, because he went with the swords, or was it swords? Swords of Midas, yes. So he's got the gold going on. Zoom on in here, and we got our Pack Hunter here. There's no denying these when they hit the battlefield. You're gonna have the Golden Bros. Got our decals on here. So this one here is number 39. And got our little glow here at the end of the barrel. Very cool. Yeah, these almost look like trophy mechs. It's very funny, but super cool. I dig it. This is also one mech that I really, really like on the tabletop. I'm going to Google it to make sure I got it right. One benefit of being at the computer while filming is I can bring this stuff up. He did not send me a list of the mechs, so I want to make sure I get the right ones here. Pack Hunter. Make sure I write it down. Pack Hunter apparently is 2 words. And let me just click the picture, make sure. Yes, okay, so this is indeed a Pack Hunter, and this is the, do lights cut off at 20 tons, or 30 tons? I think it cuts off at 30 tons. But he is a 30-ton mech. I'm going to make a little note here on our Excel sheet, and that will be Pack Hunter. Okay, next up, whoosh, we have got, let's see here, kind of trying to identify if the assault mech is going to be, I don't want to pick it kind of last because he picked it. Okay, is this the Battle Cobra, I think? Interesting enough on this one, it looks like he's got a slight factory, not miscast, but misassembly, but it works. He's kind of canted to a side here, so it almost looks like he's like taking a hit or he's rocking or maybe dodging a little bit. Pretty cool. I dig it. I also like the, oh look, very, very cool. We'll get to this part in a minute. I like the choice for the colors for the lasers. It's kind of a pinky color. I like that. It kind of or juxtaposition with the gold. It's pretty nice. We got our jeweling on the cockpit. got more decals. This one was 39. This one is 36. And as we rotate to the side here, you can see John's got the scorched barrels going on, which is pretty cool. Definitely dig it. The thing that would be interesting with these, because this is like a custom merc company, like what would we envision the icon being for them? It would be really cool. Like it's one of those, I've got an icon that I worked with Austin to make for my custom mercs, but it was kind of a, I don't want to say a cop-out, but it was meant to look like one from the existing fluff to be a modified version because it's after a faction fractures. But when someone's making a custom merc company, how do they come up with their icon, and what might John come up with for the Swords of Midas? That would be curious to me. Now I'm going to Google this one as well. Whoops. Make sure I've got this right, because my knowledge of all the units is not super good, but I think I've got that one right. Battle Cobra? Almost typed in Brobra. Battle Cobra. Let's click that. So that's a 40 tonner, so that should be the medium, and it is indeed a Battle Cobra. So we'll get that added in. Battle Cobra. All right. Boom, boom. So we got our light and our medium. Let's see. Okay, so this I think is the assault. So I think this is going to be the heavy, and I think this is a. Oh, this is one of the Comstar ones. Oh God, what is this one called? Let me get this mounted here so we can rotate them around. We're gonna figure this out together. Is it the guillotine? No, it's not the guillotine. Anyway, we got our kind of pink lasers going on, which is, I dig it. This one's number 37, so we have 37, 36, 39, so the other one's probably 38. Got our jeweling for the cockpit. Yeah, so very subtle, but definitely cool. Interesting paint scheme. And that's one of the things I like with Battletech, is you can kind of do whatever you want to do, as much effort or as little, and whatever kind of paint scheme you want, and they turn out pretty cool. And I definitely think this is interesting. I would still really be interested in what John envisions the actual like faction icon being, with a name like Swords of Midas. Is it an actual sword? What is it? You know, that would be pretty cool. That might be one of those we might have to chat with Austin, see if he might have some time to work with John on a graphic or something. That'd be kind of cool. Let me Google this real quick. For some reason, I keep thinking like execution, but I don't think that is right. So let's go to Google. We're going to go to, I think, Sarna, Constar, level 2 force pack. Let's see what comes up. Let's see. What mechs are in this one? So we got the Sentinel, Mercury, King Crab, Exterminator. Boom! Went straight to it. I knew it wasn't Executioner. I knew it was X of something. It's X. This is the Exterminator. Cool. So let me type that down as well. So I've got it on the list, and that'll be the Heavy Exterminator. Did I spell that correctly? Probably not. Oh, I did. Boom! Got it right. All right. And that is going to bring us to the very last mech. And this should be the Assault, and I can already tell this is the Banshee. Well, if I get the tape off, we'll be right. Whoop. Yeah. Can't go wrong with the Banshee. Man, it's a big boy. I think the Banshee's 85 tons, if I recall, from memory. So you got a big chunky dude with the jump jets, and this guy is indeed 38, so we have 38, 37, 36, 39. I'll put them in order when we look at them. Again, I really think the color of the lasers juxtapose well with the mech. That's one of those, some people will not like it for canon purposes, but I do stuff different all the time. A lot of times I paint stuff that's green or blue, and who knows what kind of laser or PPC the mech's got. I just paint it because it looks cool. So, doing the do. We got our little rockets here. He took some time to paint, and the jeweling. So I dig. Oh, and we got a scorched barrel here. Actually, 2 of them, 3 of them. Didn't see that till you, like once you rotate it, because like trying to look at the mic, look at the camera and pick up the models to rotate. You got to you get your eyes off the prize, so to speak. So definitely saw that once I started to rotate them. So definitely cool. You will not miss these on the table. That is for sure. You're going to be seeing the Swords of Midas stomping around. The other thing that would be interesting is like what if you were going to have some type of faction bonus for them, what do you envision that? And if John's watching this, maybe he'll be typing away and let us know his thoughts, both on the iconography that he would envision these guys having, as well as the faction rules. How does he envision, like, if they had something special, what would that be? I'm going to take a moment to type this down. So that is the Banshee, and put that in the list, because that's the one he said he's piloting, and I want to make sure I bold that out so we know. All right, so as I recap these, and I apologize if I zipped through these too quickly, I kind of mentioned at the beginning, when you get to the factions or the force packs, I guess it's kind of force pack, when you get the contributions to the Nova box and they are all a cohesive unit, once you kind of go through the first one, they're all very similar. So you end up kind of talking about a lot of the same things. That's why I try to dive into the flow of ideas, the iconography. What do you think they would have to get some more creative juices flowing? That said, we'll do a recap of what's here. I'm going to do it in the order that the decals are on them in terms of numbers. So for the medium, we've got the Battle Cobra. This guy's coming in with the number 36. Pew, pew, pew. For the heavy, we have the Exterminator. Almost said Executioner again. This one's coming in with the number 37. Pew, pew, pew. Yep. For the assault, we have got the Banshee coming in with 38 as the unit designation. Pew. And then we have got the Pack Hunter, which from this unit is probably my favorite, followed by the Banshee. The aesthetics of these two is just not my typical personal interest for Battletech. There's nothing wrong with the models. These look great. It's more of the things I find interesting. And from this side, I don't know, I think it's because they're super rounded and kind of sleek, right? And the thing with the Banshee that I like is it's big and it's got kind of the angles, right? And it's cool, but this dude, he's so interesting looking, and he's got the asymmetry with the cannon. This is my favorite. I also like playing with it. I've painted one up for my Clan Wolf forces, and I've got one for my Wolf Dragoons, simply because he's cool. Gameplay-wise, I think he's really good for Alpha Strike. I have no idea if this guy's good in Classic, so you guys are watching will have to let me know. But I love the Pack Hunter, and this guy is the light, coming in with the number 39. One other thing I will ask from John, assuming he's watching, how did you come up with the numbers? Was it random? Obviously, they're sequential here, but you've got it set up as like going in ascending or descending order. You have 39, 38, 37, 36, but it's light, assault, heavy, medium. What were your thoughts? I figured they would have gone in the same direction by weight class and the numbers, but the highest one is the lowest weight. But the lowest one is not the highest weight. So I am curious, or did you just kind of pick them and put on decals? Is there a reason for this? So yeah. But we'll have to see how these were. Oh, he's got Scorched Barrel on that one too. I didn't even see that. Yep. Taking a second look, noticing the other details. I'll have to see if I can get these into a Battletech Aces game. I think that would be cool. I really like the idea of taking the models that the community has been contributing and doing more with them than just going to Nova or going to events or going to stores to promote stuff. I think it'd be really cool to continue to use these in Aces content as well, so you guys who have contributed will also see the models that you painted come up in videos, and you'll see how they perform. That's all not competitive based, so you'll see how they perform in that you'll see how their dice roll. But I think it would be cool because there could be opportunities where some glory is attained with something that you've painted, and you'll get to see that live on the YouTube. So that said, big shout out to John Allspach. Thank you for painting these up for me. I do appreciate it. This will go really good for the Nova Grinder box, which I will have to go out to the garage and get the bag to put these in, because again, I'm in the process of moving and unpacking and have not unpacked my Battletech yet, so they'll have to go out there today. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get these into some Aces content soon. Maybe even have John come out and maybe he could actually build, or maybe we'll use these to play against an Aces thing. Maybe me and him could split them like that, or maybe we play against them with forces and we make these guys like really Aces, like these mercs are coming to fight another faction, and see how that goes. I think that would be pretty cool, actually, especially because he's local, he can come out and play a game with or around the models that he painted. So we'll see how that goes. That said, folks, that is going to end our little Nova Grinder box review of the Swords of Midas from John. Thank you so much for contributing to these, bud. I really appreciate that. For all you guys who've been tuning in, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. If you're interested in what the grinder thing is that I keep talking about, feel free to ask in the comments below. I'll be happy to explain it to you, or at least talk about it. And if you want to help support what I do, obviously check out the check out the description down below. Pick up your Battletech stuff and fill your Battletech needs from Fortress Miniatures and Games. You can check out the Paints from My Hobbies, which is my primary go-to. And then obviously if you want to pick up some stuff from Death Ray Designs where I work, that helps support what I do too. And finally, if you want to be a Patreon supporter, I would love to have you over there too. That said, folks, that's going to end our video today. I'm going to go ahead and sign off, because if I don't, you know I will find things to ramble about. So without further ado, it's time for me to shut up and get on out of here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Keep rolling your dice, keep painting your models, and I will catch you guys next time. If you guys are still sitting here watching this, let's take a moment to put a pop-up here to showcase those wonderful Patreon supporters here. We'll let that scroll here, and thank you so much for supporting what I do. That's super awesome. I really do appreciate that.